Hello, hello, hello. If anyone is here yet, I am live. Let me tweet. Let's see. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, actually, I also should get a link. Hello, Joycey. Hello, Shauna. Did you win a Post-it note? I don't know. I do know Kimberly did, and apparently Dee Dee is nice enough to send me one, even though I showed up second on her list. Hello, AJ, Dar. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Brandy. Oh, my voice is a little hoarse today. Just a minute. Let me get my link to my blog here. Copy. Okay. Hello, Nick. So, Nick, right now I have one spot open in the morning, but I sent out a tweet to Cece, Creations by Cece, to see if she wanted that slot or not, because she had mentioned possibly streaming on New Year's Eve, but she hasn't gotten back to my tweet yet. So I'm going to tweet her again this evening, and I'm going to give her until tomorrow to answer. And if she doesn't answer, here's the link. Hi, Helen. Hello, Linda, LA. Hello, Mindy. So if she doesn't answer, just a second. Let me check that time slot again. It would be 10:45 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. on December 31st. So that's New Year's Eve morning. That's the one I have waiting to see if Cece wants it. But if she doesn't want it, Nick, you're welcome to use it. Joycey, there is. If you want, I don't have it as empty because I didn't know if anyone had it. But 2 years ago, I forget who did it last year. 2 years ago, Sarah streamed from 3:45 a.m. to 5:45 a.m. So for you, that would be 12:45 your time, 12:45 to 2:45. I don't know if you can do that late or not. If you want that time, I can give you that time, Joycey, because it wouldn't be quite as late for you. Hey, Jen. Yeah, so you could finish us off if you want. If that's not too late for you, you're welcome to it. I can just add it on. It's easy. because Sarah was in California, so she took it 2 years ago. And I don't think we had anyone do that one. That would be, I think, Alaska and Hawaii. You would be bringing in the New Year in Alaska and then in Hawaii in that time slot. If you want it, Joycey, just let me know. So, yes, and for those of you, excuse me, those of you who are watching the recording, we are talking about the New Year's Eve Streamathon. We are starting at... hold on, I need to bring it up again. Mary Altier is starting us off at 6:45 a.m. on New Year's Eve. These are all Eastern time zones. So it's the GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, -5. Yeah, so Mary LTA is starting us off at 6:45 a.m. And this year I have them all at 2-hour slots, except I do have to make a change. Shauna's going to go an extra half hour because Lena wanted to start a half hour later because they're doing fireworks at their midnight. So Lena's gonna, so Shauna's gonna have a 2.5 hour slot, and Lena's gonna have an 1.5 hour slot. But I'll change that schedule. I'll change that on my blog later. I just wanted to make sure it was confirmed and all of that stuff before I changed it. Hey, Ian. I know that last year we had a couple of extra streamers that I hadn't heard from this year. So some of the slots were 1.5 hours. So I just took all the slots and made them 2 hours to make it easy. 2 hours, I think, is a better length of time as well. If you go to 1.5 hours, even sometimes it can, depending on the project that you want to do, it can get a little iffy for, getting a project finished because sometimes it's a little extra chatty. Even on New Year's Eve, you have to stop and say, welcome in the new year for different time zones as we're going and that kind of thing. So, hey, Karen. Yeah, so I'll let you know, Nick, for you. I'll let you know tomorrow. Joycey, it would be 12:45, 2:45 for your time. Yes. 3:45 to 5:45 Eastern time. So if you want that time zone, it's yours. I'll add it to my blog. You can finish us off, and then we'll have 23 hours covered instead of 21. Woohoo! Jillian. Hey, Jillian. Hey, Janet. Okay, so I am going to use once again, because once I get new watercolors, I like to use them till I kind of get used to them. See how they're different from other watercolors that I have. See how they're the same. These are the 36 full pan colors. Oh, upside down. It's hard to tell with Russian, which is right side up and upside down. I took out the white because I was going to refill this with my white gouache instead, because I can't see me ever using this white watercolor because it's too transparent. I mean, for watercolor, it's opaque because you can see that the black line there is cloudy. But it's not opaque enough for me to ever use it as a white. So I want to add some of my... I tried to get this scraped out of this pan, and I couldn't get it scraped out of the pan. And I have no full pans. I have half pans. So I don't know how I'm going to, you can see that I tried to get it broken up and pulled out of there, but man, it did not want to come out. Oh yes, New Year's Eve will be fun. So white nights, yes, lovely colors, very vibrant. The neutrals are, I especially like the neutrals in these white nights. I love the olive green because the olive green is a brighter olive green than in some other. I don't have the M-gram olive green, but I have ordered it. Hey Kathy. Hey Colleen. Hey Beth. Oh, now that's an idea. I did not try that, Janet. I bet if I soaked it in soap and water, that would probably loosen it up. Yeah, good idea. That's what I'll do. Because I want to fill it with my white Shinhan gouache. The white nights are highly recommended by you. Oh, really? So you use the white for tinting, Ian? Really? Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll keep it then. All right. Maybe I'll keep it. I don't know. I've never done. Do you have videos using the white nights, Ian? Because I haven't watched. I've watched a few of your videos, but I've been so busy lately. I'm behind on everybody's videos. I probably have like 300 videos on my watch list. Do you have any videos where you show using the white to tint? Okay. Well, it's good for now. I've got my in my porcelain palette, and I'll just keep using it from there as I have been. So I have, all right. If you don't want to listen to me talk about the money I spent this weekend, fast forward a minute or two. I was bad this weekend. Well, the end of last week, I went to do some banking in my bank account, and there was a substantial deposit from my insurance company that pays my LTD, my long-term disability payment. Insurance. And there was a substantial chunk of money deposited in my account. And I assume it's because 2 years ago, teachers got a raise. And I think that the company did not closely enough keep an eye on that, because when teachers get a raise, I'm supposed to get a raise in my long-term disability because I get a certain percentage of my paycheck and it's not taxable. So anyway, I'm assuming that's what this chunk was from, that they went back and realized, ooh, we weren't paying her enough each month. I'll find out the end of November when I get my November paycheck. If it goes up, anyway. So, oh, really? Okay. All right. Thanks, Ian. I will definitely look into that. So anyway, so I got that. Plus my sister paid me for babysitting when she and her daughter were on the cruise. So that money that my sister gave me is going towards a new camera. Not that I find anything wrong with this camera. I'm a techie and I like to have new technology. I've had this camera for 4 or 5 years now, the Logitech 920. So I decided to go for the 920 or the Logitech Pro 4K. Now, I don't think we can use I'm pretty sure we can't use the 4K live because it doesn't even want me to use the 1080 live. So, but I would be able to use the 4K if I get around to, which is one of my hopes for this year. Every year I've said this. I keep hoping I'll get to do some strictly for YouTube videos. So anyway, so I bought that. Plus I'm going to changing my desk arrangement around as I clean. I'm getting rid of my hutch completely because it takes up too much desk space. So I bought a new retractable arm. It was like $25, and that will get right now I have my tripod at the very back of my desk with one leg down on the floor and two legs on my desk. It's a very sturdy desk, so it doesn't move. But I got one of those clamp on mounts. So I'm going to see if I like that. Better give me more desk space. Get the tripod out of my way. Oh, okay, Ian. Gotcha. So then I also decided I wanted some convenience colors in my Shinhan and PWC paints, which are my second favorite, and my M-Gram convenience colors. I enjoy mixing, but you know what? Convenience colors are there. I made sure to check, and the ones I bought are 1 or 2 pigment. You know, the ones with the high light fast or normal light fast. Well, at least that. I try not to buy the poor light fast ones. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Ian. So anyway, so there's 2 main art chain stores in Canada. Curry's, and Curry's carries my M-Gram paints tubes, and they had a 20% off this weekend. And my Shinhan are at Desserts, and this weekend they had 25% off. So I spent a fair amount of money at both of those places getting convenience colors in both Shinhan and M-Gram. And I got 2 more of the palettes I like. Actually, they're not the Magella brand. They're the Desserts brand, but they're just like the Magella ones. So I don't like half pans at all. The White Knights I got are full pans, so they're decent size to get your brush in, get things going. And I think my thing against half pans is probably an eyesight thing. Just because with only 10% vision, that's a pretty small, those half pans are a pretty small area for me to try to reach with my brush. And yes, I am spritzing. So this is the 3rd time I've been painting with these. I did this painting with my White Knights. I did this paint, this one, splashing around with my White Knights. And I did this one, clouds in the sky. Oh, no, wait a minute. No, I did not do the burn one. The burn one was my M-Gram. This one and this one was Monday using my White Knights. So, hi, Eileen. About time you got here. Putting a 56 pan together. It's drying. Oh, cool. Well, I think, Ian, see, what I've been doing so far is I bought my Shinhans, put them in a Magello, and I used those for over a year, getting used to them. I love my Shinhan PWCs. I love them. I started off with Cotman, and then I got the Shinhan, and I'll never go back to Cotman ever, 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 ever. They weren't bad at the time, but now I know the difference. And then I got a wonderful gift card. And was able to get my first 10 set of M-grams and have been adding to them. So for the last 10 months, I've been using my M-grams with a couple of paintings I did with my Kremer #1 set that I have, which I do like for sunsets. My Kremer #1 paint set, those paints I love for sunset. Right away, I found the colors that work amazing for my sunsets. And welcome back, Carrie-Ann. And so, hello, Kathy. So today, as you can see in the corner, this up a little bit and over. Oh, wait a minute. One moment, please. My watermark, I just noticed, is not on my screen. There it goes. All right. So this is the painting. The prompt, this is from Pixabay. The prompt is childhood memory. And I remember that when across the street, across the street from us was this empty lot when right up until I was about 7, 8 years old. And there was this, it was all woods. And there was this path going through the woods from our house to, well, the house across the street from us, over to the next street down. And we used to play over there all the time. We had forts kind of built. And anyway, we had a lot of fun. You know, those were the days when kids could go out and just play till the lights came on. You came home for supper when the lights came on. And if you didn't come home for lunch, your parents knew that someone fed you for lunch. So, hey, Lena. We were talking about you at Janet's, you know, just so you know. We were talking about your translation, which I missed, but yes, but we were talking about it. Just as a full disclosure. Hey, Sharon, I am just starting my watercolor here. So I'm painting. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner what I'm going to be painting. So I need to start with my sketch. Oh, hello. Sorry. Get my pen. Oh no, don't fall on the floor. Okay. All right. Okay, so where is my... All right, so there's only a little bit of a... I'm going to draw it very, very light because the horizon is just where that path ends in the kind of distance. Oh, and that didn't go very straight. All right. Okay, so the path Oh, yeah, Lena. See, we used to be able to do. No, I'm not, Shauna. I was going to stream using OBS, but I forgot actually. I did discover on OBS though that I cannot. It won't capture my computer display very well. Because I have my Mac set up under the accessibility, I have it set up with larger font. Like I have it set up as large as the font will go. So when OBS goes to capture my desktop, like if I wanted to stream, do a stream where I was creating something on Inkscape or Adobe Photoshop, when it captures my screen, because of the fact that I've enlarged all the pixels, OBS doesn't read it properly, but ManyCam does. So that's the only issue for me, and that's because I have increased my pixel size in order for things to be large for me. That's probably not an issue for people who are on Windows and who use a normal ratio of their screen display. But everything else was working fine. I'll try and stream with it on Thursday just to give you guys an idea of what happens when, like what it looks like with OBS. It's slightly different. You have to stream directly from OBS. Whereas with ManyCam, it basically becomes your camera. So you can just add ManyCam as your camera. But with OBS, you have to stream from OBS. So you have to set up your stream info ahead of time. Anyway, they must have done a revamp of their software since I tried it last year, because it was much easier to set up than when I was trying last year to set it up. It was terrible. But you can still do pictures. You can add a watermark. You can add a ticker with information scrolling across the bottom. You can do all of that cool stuff the same as you can with ManyCam. You're not getting any picture? Can you hear me, Kathy? Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I was chatting. Sorry. I was on a rabbit trail because I'm trying to get I have to get my picture up here on my iPad so I can see it. There we go. So it's probably not gonna, I don't know if it's gonna look exactly like the picture, but anyway, this picture is inspiration. So this is my Kilimanjaro journal. It's 100% cotton paper, put by Cheap Joe's. Darren was kind enough to bring it home from the US on one of her trips back and forth. And it's almost all used up. Yeah, I know, Janet. When my screen is there, do I have the fluorescent pink line at the bottom of my video screen like Janet and Dee Dee both did? Well, everybody has had that for the last, so on their stream. Okay, so now the closest up trees right here. These look like redwoods because they're huge. Mine weren't redwoods, but it still brings back. Whenever I saw the picture, that's what I thought of. Hi, Dr. Dodd. No line at the bottom. Mine, no line pink. Just the pink pixel problem. Well, it'll be interesting because I'll try OBS on, but it can't. It's not Manicam because it's happened on people's streams who don't have Manicam. So I don't have this going in enough. It has to go skinnier. So it looks like a longer path. Okay. Okay, Lena. Sounds good. Oh, you know, Jillian, behind our house, we had woods too, and there was a working railroad track, but then there was an old path from a railroad track, and the ties were all taken up from way back in the olden days when they had the narrow, those narrow box car the coal mines used to use, because I'm from a coal mining area. And so, of course, the ties were no longer there, so it was a great path. Anyway, there was also about half mile down the road, we would go down, follow this path, and there was this brook. And now let me tell you, it was called Bear Brook because, even after a big rain, there was barely any water in this brook. Mom and Dad, though, was like, don't you guys go down and play by the brook. Of course, what did we do the minute we walked out the door? We went down and played by the brook. We even had an old set of, an old tea set. I don't know if it was ours or if we found it somewhere or what, but yeah. We even had this old tea set. And we would go down there when we would play house down by the creek and use the water and all that fun stuff. And this is from the time where, my youngest sister's 4. I'm 5. My older sister's 6.5, 7. And we used to just go down there and play for hours with our tea set and whatever. Till the day my youngest sister fell in the brook. I mean, she just went down on her knees. So she got wet. She was going home crying. We tried to convince her, don't go home. Your clothes will dry. It was summertime. It's not like she was going to freeze to death or anything. Oh, no. She had to go home and complain about being wet. Got us all in trouble. They found out we were going down to the brook to play. Really, she was the babe. She was the youngest. But, really, gosh darn it. Hey. Hey, Joan. Welcome. I guess you have your computer on to give you some light, huh? I can imagine Joan now surrounded by candles. Must be so romantic. Not. Anyway. Okay, so I'm going to do the first coat of wash. Got to decide on my colors here. What I'm going to use for my first. There's a little bit of that orangey color, but I think I can add that later. I think I need to keep it very neutral first. I think I need to do, this is going to be some of the color, but I need to start lighter. So I think that's the raw sienna. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be for the path and for the tree trunks, the lightest color. Actually, I think I'm just going to use my round brush for this today. Oh, no! I obviously did not clean that off from the last time I used it. Get that blue off there. Ooh. Gosh. Still a little bit of a hint of blue, but it should mix fairly nicely with my raw sienna and just make a it's going to make my nice, very light mix. I want barely any color in this. First wash. Okay, guys,